So hello and welcome to the Lewis Nichols Show. I'm really excited to bring on my guests today on the show. I'm really excited actually because my favourite Gogglebox family as well. So let's say hello to, we've got Evie is joining us on the call. How are you?
Hello, I'm great, thank you. How are you?
Really good, thanks. Thanks so much for coming on. And of course, Ralf and Viv, how are you?
Hello.
Hello, Lewis. Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for coming on. How has lockdown been for you guys? I mean, what have you done to keep yourself busy? I mean, have you been working?
I'm working from home.
Okay.
So, yes, working from home, staying at home, and only go out when I have to go out. Yeah. So really careful that I don't have a chance to catch it. Do work in the house, in the garden, and of course my daily work, what I have to do for my company.
Yeah, I'm at university, so I've been doing a lot of studying, which is great because I've had a lot of time to study as well. And also everything's online now, so we do a lot of Zoom calls, etc. So everything's remote. So I've been very busy with that. In the summer we did the garden, which was great because we had time to do it. So we got lots done, didn't we, during lockdown?
And I mean, Evie, am I right in saying that lockdown was kind of extra special for you? I mean, the first, I'm not sure if it's the first or second lockdown, but didn't you get engaged?
I did, yes. So throughout lockdown, I'm a primary school teacher. So we were on the road to going in for the children who were still coming into school. And then obviously summer holidays kicked off, and on our 3-year anniversary my partner took me down to the beach, cooked me a steak dinner on the beach, everybody looking, and then he said all of a sudden, right, we need to go now. I was like, why do we need to go? We've just got here. He started fumbling me about, right, you put that away there, and I went, okay. And by the time I turned around, he was down on one knee with a ring.
Wow. I mean, Viv, did you know about this prior? Did he speak to you about it, or was it a surprise for you as well?
Oh, no, he came and asked permission. Well, he asked Ralph's permission. And he did speak to me about it as well. I was absolutely thrilled about it because he's lovely and they make a fantastic couple.
That must have been emotional as well for you, Evie, especially when you didn't expect it.
What an easy yes.
It took me about 5 minutes to say yes because I thought everybody's watching, and he said no, I've waited until nobody's around. So it was about 5 minutes of crying, going, what is going on? And then he was like, I really need an answer. I was like, of course it's yes.
That's incredible. I mean, I want to talk obviously about Gogglebox, one of the most famous and legendary TV shows now here in the UK. But how did you guys actually get on it? Whose idea was it for you to actually apply to be on the show?
Yeah, the blonde one.
It's partially still pink. So I was at university, oh gosh, how long ago was it now? 7 years?
7 years ago.
Oh no, yeah, 7 years ago. 7, nearly 8. And my mum had a shop in the market, in Beckenham Market at the time. And they were recruiting for people for the show. And they came in and said, we're looking at people for this show. You know, you watch TV, you do reviews. And I thought, oh, well, I'm doing drama at uni. It would be really good to be able to do that. Mum and Dad didn't want to do it at first. But I was all like, yeah, I'll go for it. We'll do it. And 7 years later, we had no idea that it was going to turn into what it did. It absolutely just blew up and we couldn't believe it. We thought, oh, we'll do a couple of shows and that'll be it. We'll have our 5 minutes of fame. But it's been an incredible 7 years, really.
I'm so glad that your parents agreed to go on, because you are the funniest family on the, do you know the amount of times I've rewound Sky Plus just to see something that you've said or done? It's just brilliant. I mean, what was it like for you? Because the show gives you this kind of instant fame, you know, as such, and you know, you're big on social media, everyone recognizes you. Was that ever tough to deal with and adapt to?
It was really strange at first. I mean, I think the first experience I had was being followed around Asda with people were taking photographs, and I was just like, there's someone following me with a camera here, you know. And then we got used to it. The funniest thing was when people run up to you and they give you a big hug. Obviously not now, but you know, they did at the beginning, when there was no COVID. And they just, because they recognized you so much, because you were in their living room every Friday, they just saw you as a friend. Yeah. So oh, I know you, don't I? And it was lovely, actually, because everybody has been really, really nice. You know, they've been very polite usually, and obviously we don't mind, you know, having our photograph taken and everything, because it's quite a compliment, really, isn't it? I think.
And what about you, Ralf? What kind of reaction have you had? And do you enjoy people coming up to you and kind of wanting photos?
My first experience was, I walked home from the train station. I come from work, and the police drove past me, and then they turned around, come stop at my side, get out and say, "You on Gogglebox? Can I have a photo?" So I put my hand in front and say, "Okay, you catch me now." So we did the photo, and then yeah, it's carried on. Yeah? So it's like, it's a bit strange sometimes, because especially when you're going out for family meals, you know. So, and people talking about you, and then when you get your meal coming up or so, you know, it's a bit, so it's a learning progress to deal with situations like this, because what you don't realize is that you stay, that you invite people in your living room, and not 100, sondern 1 million or 2 million.
Yeah.
So the people think they know you. So when you have to behave different when you outside your house and your door, you know.
Always behave the same though.
Not really, not sometimes, you know. So it's yeah, it's,
you're on your best behavior, in other words.
Yeah.
He doesn't swear as much.
It's, you can't, I couldn't believe it that people are so, "Oh, he's on television, oh. And I was thinking, well, I'm only doing Gogglebox, sitting there and give my opinion what everyone else does when you watch television. Only the difference is that I get filmed by a camera." So I couldn't believe that gets so famous, and it get up and up and up, and we won a BAFTA. That was,
yeah, the BAFTA was
that was tears in my eyes, ne? To reach something like this, you know. So it's the biggest prize what you can get in England.
Yeah, to be part of something like that was, yeah.
Sorry, Maud.
I was going to say, to be part of something that has gone so far has been absolutely fantastic, hasn't it? It's been great. It's been a great thing to do. It's fun as well to do. So,
I mean, for you, Evie, I know you're really,
but you have to be yourself.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, but Evie, you're very popular on social media. You've got a lot of followers. Is that tough for you at times? Because everyone on social media now gives very strong opinions. Has that ever been challenging? Have you ever had any issues with the social media side of things?
I think when I started Gogglebox and when decided to put out a social media profile to the public, it was a little bit difficult. As everybody gets, you can get negative comments online. So being around about 18, 19, that was quite difficult at times. But I think now I've just kind of like, not a not care attitude about what people think, but you know, if people are going to like the show, people aren't going to like the show. I'm always open to everybody's opinions. As long as you're nice, then I don't mind. I'll talk to people and everything like that. But I think now social media doesn't bother me as much. I used to think about, oh, I need to look like this and I need to be like that. And now I'm just like, oh, just be me. Because it is hard when you're young on social media, I think, and for a lot of young girls as well. So I try to show a lot of young people that you don't have to be all filters and everything like that. You know, you can be yourself. As long as you're nice to people, then that's all that really matters. Do
you watch Gogglebox back yourself? So like the episodes that you're in, do you sit down and watch it?
Yeah.
We
have done. Yeah, of course, yeah.
Before the pandemic, we used to sit down on a Friday night together and watch it, didn't we?
Yeah.
I love. Were there ever times where any of you kind of thought, "Oh my God, did we do that?" Or you're kind of embarrassed by something that has been shown?
Loads of times, yeah.
Yeah.
Because when you're actually filming, you actually forget the cameras are there, and you forget about the whole thing. You get quite absorbed in what you're watching, and so what comes across is what we're like sitting watching TV. So sometimes you'll say things, or you'll pull a face or an expression, and it's just like, oh really, like Ralf watered my plastic plants, for instance, and I was like, what are you doing?
I didn't realize that it was plastic plants.
And he didn't realize they were plastic plants. Or he opened a bottle of champagne, which was really, really funny. And it just went all over him. And because Eve was going to open it, we were having a bit of a celebration, and Eve was going to open it. He said, oh, I'll do it. And it just exploded all over him. And it was so funny. It was really fun. And then one of my cats fell off the back of the settee. She fell asleep and fell off the back, and I was like, oh no, the cat. So all you can see is the cat disappearing and me sort of diving afterwards. So yeah, we've had a few things that have been quite funny.
Yeah, I think the great thing about you as a family is, I mean, Ralf was mentioning it earlier, he was kind of surprised that people are so in awe when they see you, because it's a TV show of you guys watching TV, but you've got this amazing personality that's effortless. You're not trying to be a character, you're just being yourselves, yet that's entertained millions of us. Because I remember the plant watering thing, and I quite often, if I'm having a bad day, I'll go onto YouTube and find it because it makes me laugh that much. I think it's you guys, just as a family, being yourselves, that's kind of made people really connect with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of famous actors, they do that on the daily basis.
Yeah.
They find, and they did Gogglebox celebrities, or they did something for charities. So where they did, so we Red Nose Days or something. So where they put celebrities on the sofa, and they saying that they have lots of respect for all the families of Gogglebox, because for the actors it's really hard to do that because they have no script.
Yeah.
So they're sitting there and they're watching, and that is no reaction, because they don't know what to say. So it's really hard for them not to act, being themselves, and tell what you see and what you feel and what you don't feel, and how angry you are or how happy you are. And they couldn't do that because it wasn't a script in front of them. And they say they had lots of respect for the families of Gogglebox, that they are so natural and so good. So that was a big compliment for all the families of Gogglebox.
Yeah. I think we're quite an expressionable family, aren't we?
Yeah.
You can definitely see what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Somebody once compared us to the Osbournes. I think that was quite a good comparison.
I'm being Sharon Osbourne. It's great.
I mean, what you have to understand, to come back to social media, is learn social media. It's like, if it's a good or a bad reaction, every reaction what you get out of people is good. You have to see it as positive. And that is the way how to work with social media. You know, so everyone have an opinion. If someone's saying to me on the train, I don't like Gogglebox, I say, fine. I say, absolute fine. I say, watch something else. So I say, why? Or I ask him, why not you like it? Or, so, and then after the conversation, he say, yeah, I try to watch it. I say, I don't, you know, if you don't like it, you don't like it. You don't have to tell me now because I'm in front of you, you like it. I'm happy with it if you like it or you don't like it. Yeah. Because that reaction that you don't like it, that show me that I do something right.
I think social media is a great platform though, and it's nice to meet people on social media as well. I mean, we've made friends with people on social media, you know, through Gogglebox, and I'll tell you something as well. Russell Crowe loves the show.
Really?
He's a big fan. And he retweeted me, and I was like, oh, Russell Crowe has retweeted me.
That's forever. Any conversation we'll get to. Do you know that Russell Crowe has retweeted
me?
One of the biggest actors, like Gogglebox. Eve is a big fan of him. She wants to marry him tonight.
He's already married.
Now.
Who? Russell Crowe?
No.
David Tennant.
Oh, okay.
He's a fan as well, isn't he?
He is a fan as well, yeah.
I thought
I think the Queen probably watches it as well. I would think.
So are you still, as a family, are you still on the show? Because I've not seen you on there for some time.
Not this series, no. Because I'm at university and because of the pandemic, etc. And we've been on it for 7 years, obviously. It's a long time. And we decided to take a little bit of time out. So we're not on this series.
And especially Eve don't come to our house.
Well, because of the pandemic.
Because of the pandemic. So, and only to film with Vivian and me, that is not how the viewers of Gogglebox knows. They want all three of us, you know. So, and that was the time to say, okay, Vivian want to concentrate on this on university. And Eve can't come to our house anyway, so we said, okay, we take some time out, and yeah, anytime we can back on.
I hope so. I really hope, because you're missed on the show. You only have to look at Twitter, the comments that it was a big miss on the series, I must say. But Vivian, what are you studying at university?
I'm studying archaeology.
Wow.
It's something I've always wanted to do. When I was younger, I was actually going to go and do archaeology. I got accepted at university, and I went off and did something else instead. I went and did catering, and it's something I'm always going to be going back to, because I'm a big history buff and I'm so interested. And Eve kept saying to me, go and do it, and Ralf kept saying, why don't you go and do it? Well, I said, oh, I'm too old now, but you're never too old, and you're never too old to learn. And it's a fantastic course I'm on. I'm at the University of Liverpool, and it's amazing. It really is amazing, but it's very hard work.
So I'm the stupid one here.
Oh, don't be so stupid. So, that's for me to say.
Eve on the university with 2 degrees, my wife on the university. So I only learned the job and do my job. So
but you're good at your job.
I'm the stupid one. So
I'm
not the proven one from the university. You know?
You've done the University of Life.
Yeah.
So
exactly. So
Evie, I know that is it TV and theatre is kind of a big interest for you.
So I obviously studied a degree at Edgehill University doing drama. Going back to Mr. Tennant, when Doctor Who rebooted and it had Christopher Eccleston, I fell in love with the show. And then when David Tennant came on the scene, obviously there was a tiny weeny bit of a crush there. But I think it's always been my dream really to go on and be the Doctor's assistant. So I wanted to pursue a career in drama. I've also always been interested in teaching as well. So if I would be able to become a full-time drama teacher or do some acting work, but I think definitely the Doctor's assistant is like top goal there. I could die a very happy woman if that was to happen.
That's the goal. And you know, that could, I mean, keep working hard and hopefully you'll get there. And David Tennant might come back as the Doctor, and then you've got your dreams.
He's He's the best doctor, isn't he?
He was the best doctor, definitely. I mean, there are some things in the pipeline now that I can't mention, but there are things that are coming. The things are going to happen, which are very.
And I can tell you, not because I'm the daddy, okay? So I would say that when I would see her somewhere in the pub, okay? She is an amazing singer. She has an amazing voice.
Wow.
Serious. It's unbelievable. Her voice is unbelievable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's very talented.
Really talented. So
she gets it off her mother.
Do you ever share any videos of you singing on social media or on YouTube or anything like that?
There are a couple. Pre-pandemic, I was in a duo singing a guitar. Dad and I are supposed to be doing a band together, but that hasn't come to fruition, obviously, because of COVID. But I've done a lot of musical theatre as well. So I really enjoy doing things like that. I'm dying to get into panto. I absolutely love pantomimes. I don't know why. I just absolutely love it.
Hopefully, yeah.
But there is definitely something in the pipeline on the music side what I will do with Eve when the pandemic is over.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I mean, normally I would ask the question, you know, towards the end of the interview, what your upcoming projects are. But I know we've kind of established there's a lot of things that are coming up, but and I totally understand with contracts and stuff, you're not able to talk about. Is there anything that you guys are doing at the moment that you can kind of mention?
I don't think there's anything we can mention at the moment because everything is so sort of in the pipeline, and because of COVID, everything isn't settled yet. So we're not allowed to say anything. But you will be seeing us.
The only thing what I do at the moment is doing a new CD with my band. Okay, so we're recording a CD at the moment. So when we can meet each other, so we do recordings and send files on the computer backwards and forwards. You know, so, and we're recording a new CD what's coming out in January, beginning of January, end of January, beginning of February. So that is what I'm doing at the moment, yeah. And then anything else what we can't talk about.
I was going to say, Evie, is that where your love of music kind of comes from? Is it? Would you say it's your father, in the sense of, I guess, growing up and his love of music? Did that kind of, you know, rub off on you in a way?
I think it's a bit of both, really. Mum always had the music on in the car when I was young, listening to Adamant, Spandau Ballet, things like that. So I've kind of grown up with a love of 80s music. But then, obviously, with Dad playing the drums, getting me into the drums, as you can see as well, got me into the drums when I was about 11, 12, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a bit of both, really. I think we're quite a musical family. Mum used to play the flute as well, but she didn't really play much else. But she's got a very vast interest in music, and I think we pretty much like anything from classical music, 70s, 80s, rock, pop. I like dubstep. I don't think that my mum and dad will particularly like that, but anything that's got a good beat to it, I think we can all get behind. But we are known as the rock or goth family of Gogglebox, and I think that will always stay.
Yeah, we are very into music, aren't we? And I love Christmas music as well, because I love Christmas. I am Mrs. Christmas, I'm afraid, and I do sing it throughout the year as well, very badly.
Yeah, favourite song is Fairy Tale of New York, and I am sick of hearing it.
Yeah, I played on one show the drums for Christmas. You know, on Christmas songs. Mm-hmm. So the recording here in the house, the drums, where I played around, you know. And
you had your electric drum kit.
Had my electric drum kit here.
Yeah.
And then played around, yeah.
But but we do. We're really, really into music, aren't we, all of us? Yeah.
So it's something where you can impress yourself, where you can, you know, where you cannot put all your emotions in. It doesn't matter if they are bad or if they are good. You know, it's always something what you can do, and where you can be creative with your emotions and play around with, and it's a really good thing. I think when you're in the bad mood and you listen to a really good song, your mood go up, and you're singing around and dancing around, and you forget about all what is around you on bad things.
Music's good for the soul, isn't it? Exactly. It really is good for the soul. I mean, we like things like swing music as well, don't we? For 30s, 40s.
Yeah, I do swing and jive dancing. Pre-pandemic, I used to go and do that. I'm also in a Northern World War II society, so we dress up and go and do the battles and live in history. So I think 40s is a big one as well, definitely.
Literally, I think there's so many talents that I didn't know that you had, Evie. Literally, we're just ticking them off today. It's like a list is that long. That's incredible.
And you can have a really nice tattoo of her if you want to.
I'm a fully qualified tattooist as well.
Wait there, you've literally just looked at everything that you wanted to do and just ticked it off. That's incredible.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I've had very supportive parents, and every time I've thought, oh, should I go and do this? And go and try it. You can never have too many degrees. You can never have too many skills. So if I ever want to pick up my tattooing again, I can. If I want to go full-time teaching, if I want to go full-time acting, full-time music, full-time gaming, which was essentially lockdown. But no, it's been great. I've got a lot of love and appreciation for my mum and dad, definitely.
And we love you too, don't we?
I miss you and I want to come over.
I've got to say one thing. I think I said it earlier, why the nation just got behind you is because as a family, when we see you on the show, there's so much love and support between you all, and everything's genuine, and that's come through today. I mean, Evie, when your parents are talking, you just have like a really nice smile, and you just love hearing from them, and vice versa, which is incredible. So thank you so much for coming on the show today and talking about your time on the show, and I hope I can get you back on when you're allowed to talk
We'd
about
love to come back.
Whether we're on a sofa or not, we will be back on TV.
We will.
Ooh,
maybe not together. Maybe we will be all together, but we will be back.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you, Lewis.
Thank you, Lewis. And you have a lovely Christmas.
You too.
And a happy new year, yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. You too.
You're welcome.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.